down here. Well, I mean,
look at all the aisles.
Bluey fans across the nation, across the world, as we raise our proverbial willow to the stands and the number 50 rolls onto the scoreboard.
Good half century.
We at the Hammerbarn project turned to each other and said, in the immortal words of Bandit Healer,
We're going to Hammerbarn.
This episode of the Hammerbarn Project is called 50th Episodes of Just the Beginning.
I thought you were going to say it's got to be done.
Because he said that as well. Because what better place? There couldn't have been another place to celebrate this. Well, I'm calling it a milestone.
It is a milestone. 50's a milestone, for sure.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that because we thought, where can you go to get everything you need for a?
This episode of Bluey is called Barbecue.
Yeah, it is.
Barbecue.
Here we are.
we go.
I don't know
That's
what
nice.
aisle this is. It's certainly not 300. I don't think this has
How many
300 aisles.
BTUs in this one?
Yeah, let's have a look. 800 watts. Oh no, wait, that's width.
You'd planned that joke, didn't you?
No, I really didn't. Oh, it's got a front removable grease tray.
Well, that's what you want.
I
You know
wonder if you
what?
have to-
We're here in the barbecue aisle because
We
I thought
are.
it would be fun because I've got my shopping list. I've
Yeah.
got my Hammerbarn shopping list
Sure.
to see all the things they've got from the episode. We've got the. I want to find a mop for the muddy footprints.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to find a
Okay.
hose pipe.
Surely,
Yeah,
they've,
okay,
got, surely
these are
they've got
things.
those
Yeah.
floppy hats, aka the salad bowl.
Oh, the old Greg Chappell sort of.
Yeah.
But am I bearing the lead? Martin, did you have a think about any?
Yeah,
Anything-
yeah.
oh,
I'm a little
Because I
bit-
wasn't sure because this is a special episode.
Yeah.
I didn't want to assume that you were going to.
To be honest, I'm still on the fence with this one. Maybe we need to go find some fencing, but
They've got it.
they've got it here. They've got everything. But no, I think maybe potentially this is a feminist deconstruction, talking about the devaluation of female work.
Yeah,
And,
but
you
of
know, we've got
course.
here with the very masculine and
simple when you
frankly
put it like
phallic sausages
Yeah.
alongside the
course. Yeah.
the salads. Wherein, Bingo's line about, won't somebody mention the salads could really be replaced with the phrase, won't somebody acknowledge the hegemonic patriarchal values that bind us all?
Preach, brother.
So it's either that, or maybe it's a classist sort of discussion of, Bingo as a working class always having to provide for the upper classes in the form of socks and muffin. Always their desires always need to be met. Constantly working
Oh my goodness.
to meet their needs and not thought. No, it's,
I was going to say
barbecue,
little from
people.
column A, little from column B.
little from column A.
Little from aisle 1, little from aisle 300.
Yeah, that's it. And no, Bingo makes a salad and it's difficult. That's
Was that the first time? Was that the first time there's a rolled up newspaper in the bare bones?
probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And I tell you, after such a bare bones like that, I need to sit in my relaxing chair.
Yes, that's the other
And
thing
I'm
on my
going to-
shopping list. Got to find a relaxing chair. There's some kids' chairs over there.
There's got to be some relaxing chairs.
Well, it's
there they
it is a folding one.
the
I've got a
fold-out
picture of
chairs.
it.
It's
we
not
need.
as nice as Bingo's though. I love the pattern, the sort of fish.
The sort of maritime sort of.
Yeah.
These are good.
These are the
like a little blue one.
little blue canvasy type chairs, but
they're
not
nice.
not fold out.
Yeah, they're good. No, that'll do. Okay, number one on our list.
Yep.
Tick.
Yeah.
off.
Okay. Yeah. We've got a relaxer chair. Yeah. I reckon that's close enough because they're coloured.
Yeah.
They're for kids. I
Kid
could
size.
relax in that if I were Bingo sized.
Do we have to find? Okay. Well, what
What else?
happens? We've got first they set up the barbecue. So
They do.
Any
Yeah,
of these,
look,
which
first
one are
and
we gonna go
foremost,
for?
you can't have a barbecue without said barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I honestly, when I thought, let's go and find it, then I rewatched the episode and I saw a picture of it and it does look like Bandit didn't buy this barbecue.
Oh no, it's the family
But
hand-me-down barbecue.
I think so.
Has to kick it into gear. Come on.
It's got the wooden wings and the wooden
it
legs.
does, that's right.
And
Yeah, you can't
it's
see
only
any
a
of those
3
here.
burner. But I reckon something
one's
like
pretty
this.
close. I mean,
Something
we're
like
looking
the.
at
that's
we're-
pretty close.
We're looking at a
what
6
do we-
burner,
we get-
all jet black.
But it's the
like,
flat top, which is the most
Not the-
important thing.
not the
It
hooded
doesn't have the
ones.
hood. This is an aisle 6, is it? They're not coming to assist us.
No.
No. We don't need assistance.
Thanks, Josh.
Not the kind of assistance they can give. Yeah, thanks, Josh.
I'd say even this one. You
Even this one.
Take the hood off. of that.
Because
You've got your
because I
wings.
counted them. It's a 3 burner Bandits.
Yeah, that's closer.
Oh, what about something like this?
Good name.
That little
That's a
guy.
little baby, little 2 burner.
I think
Boys, look.
by the looks of things,
What's that?
It's a pizza
it's
oven.
a pizza oven.
Oh, the BTUs.
A large clay pizza oven.
Wow. I bet I could
won't
make some
lie.
bodgy pizza in that.
Yeah.
This pizza oven, pretty sweet, eh?
It's pretty much exactly the same too. Look, it comes with a base, it comes with a top.
Yeah.
Exact. I
Smokestack
think that's
on
the
the
exact model.
The
Yeah.
base and the top, yeah.
Well,
Wow, Bandit does all right for himself. He can
well,
afford
this
one
is
of those.
this is,
Just drop money on one
have
of
you
those.
seen their house?
Yeah. Oh wait, no, wait. There's another thing we need to go with the barbecue.
Oh,
We need
yeah?
some tongs.
Oh yeah, we need the utensils. I
click-clack.
had that on the
Yeah.
on the,
Click-clack
on the
goes the
shopping
tongs.
list.
And maybe what's Bluey using? I feel like she's using like a
It looks like a little toy wooden one. It does look like
wooden
a.
one? I thought it was a like a screwdriver.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
I love
Wow,
the
selection.
sausages. I love the sausages that Bluey is turning are just the
they're
sticks.
great
sticks,
And throughout the entire episode, as she's turning them, you can hear in the sound mix. I think it's Dan Brum who does all the sound. I think he's the sound guy for a lot of that stuff. And you can hear just the wood on wood. You can hear the little tinkling, but it's low in the mix. But it's definitely there, and it just really puts you there at the party watching the kids.
Well, I
cook
mean,
the-
you've got this classic 2-pack of your,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
your
true.
spatula and your tongs with, you know, orange highlights for bingo.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
I'll
nice.
take it.
I really like the fact that it's those green plastic ones.
Yeah,
which
it
I think,
certainly
like,
is, 'cause I took
actually,
some-
What it needs is the little ring on the end.
I took
Like
some.
that one
I
there.
took some screenshots.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, nice.
oh, maybe you're right. Maybe it is sort of like a screwdriver thing, but it looked like I don't know what
like a little
what Bluey's got.
Yeah.
But Bandit,
Oh, it's Bandit got.
I don't know if maybe I don't have one of Bandit's tongs. I think they did have the green handles.
Yeah,
though.
they've got.
But that's the barbecue.
It's the green sort of front bit with the wobbly stuff at the front.
Yeah.
That
With
classic
the
sort of,
wobbly
and that like
clang.
you know, 4 mil thick plastic
Yeah.
sort of chunky stuff. Okay, next do we have to go find some green capsicum?
Yeah, well, the garden section's
yeah,
right
yeah,
here, I
yeah.
was
The
about
garden
to say.
section's right here. Right
But
next
yeah,
to
that
the old-
classic first sequence where she's doing the imitation.
I tell
is
you,
just
considering you're
hilarious.
just
Oh,
surrounded by
man.
barbecues, I'm bloody cold, boys.
Yeah,
It's not-
It's
it's
not
not-
a warm morning.
I love that she already knows what's going to happen. So this is a recurring thing.
Yeah.
Doing the
Yeah,
doing the,
that
barbecue.
entire opening gambit before the opening titles is one of the best things I've ever seen. Come
on,
especially the completely synchronized.
there it
Oh,
goes.
there it goes.
Because that's how Dad starts a barbecue, right?
Oh, well, this could be some good green capsicum.
Green capsicum.
Some
We've got lots of colours.
geraniums.
That could be. Because I know there
Or
was.
do we have to find some?
Because what did she?
need to
Succulents?
She turned the succulent down, I think, because it
There's
had
a
a
bug on it. Yeah.
Which then leads to the other
All
recurring
those
gag.
bits, Bandit just keeps getting like absolutely hammered with like
It's
chaos.
funny.
this
It's funny
episode.
until you realise you just go. He's gone through like 3 beers in 7 minutes. Like
And by the end of it, he's just got
count
a
of
water.
how many
He's like giving up.
full of water,
Yeah,
and then he gets
he's
that
sick of
stolen as
wasting
well.
his beers. So he gets a water, and even that gets stolen.
I was thinking that the screaming bug, that's probably the least Bluey-ish thing about this
Ooh,
episode.
interesting
Oh,
call.
right.
It's like, because we're still in, season 1 at this point.
Season 1,
Fairly
episode
early.
7.
Yeah, so it's really early.
Okay, so does the bug let out a little?
Yeah, the bug goes, yeah, it's got a little human face and it just goes,
Flicks it across.
Oh,
yeah.
right. I'll have to realize
across.
because I was laughing so much at Bingo kind of freaking out
Bingo's
about
reaction.
Yeah.
it that I didn't. Oh, well, there you go.
So I think, it's interesting to. There's so few of those things, though.
Mm-hmm.
So few of the things that aren't that kind of stylistically step outside.
Yeah.
They really, found where they wanted to be super fast. So it's just like 1 or 2 things like that. Well, at least, stuck out for me as like, oh, okay, they probably wouldn't do this now. They would have it in a slightly different way.
So what are we still looking for? We've got to get some
Green
yellow
capsicum.
some
Yeah,
yellow
yeah.
capsicum because yellow is Bluey's favourite colour. We learned as well.
That's right.
And red capsicum. No, also for our international listeners, if you're wondering what that horrible
What a
word
capsicum
capsicum
is,
is,
yeah.
capsicum is what you guys would refer to as peppers, which
A
I find
bell
really
pepper specifically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
bell
bell
pepper.
pepper. So
I love the way
There's
they
a
say
bit of Aussie
capsicum
translation.
as well. I'm
difficult word.
pretty sure that Bluey's saying capsicum finishing in an N every single time.
here's some
Ooh.
yellow.
Mm,
That's a good
some
green
yellow.
one.
Yellow capsicum.
Some red ones over here. Oh, they got
I don't know
kangaroo
if they've
paw.
got an entire poinciana here, but
Oh, there's some yellow over there. What
That's
are
a
those?
nice red
Oh,
one.
those are the.
you definitely have to get like I wouldn't mind looking at a rake or just a classic green rake that she uses to
Yeah, with the
down the
plastic end of it,
poinciana
yes.
blooms.
Oh yeah.
And that I have very
nice.
strong opinions about mops.
Oh.
I don't mind the
their
one.
mop looked a bit advanced for my liking.
It
Like,
looked like a very chilly healer kind of mop. This looks quite nice. I don't know anything about.
yeah, so we got the
Yeah,
red
yeah.
and the yellow.
A Floriana.
I really think they've got to have one of those hats here.
And then we got to. Did you find?
Almost
Yeah.
sure of it.
Did you find some red capsicum?
I did. We've got some red capsicum.
Oh,
That's
excellent.
all
Okay.
good to go.
Yeah, well, we got to find the salad bowl then, don't we?
Oh yeah.
That's along with everything.
Can't-
You're
if
like,
we can't
Because I'm not
find
going
the
to carry
hat.
these things around the entire time we're talking.
But you look so floral, Marty.
We can at least share.
Yeah, if we either need to find a salad bowl or an upturned Greg Chappell hat. Was it Greg Chappell that was
do we need-
insignia on all those hats?
Do we
All
need
my
a fire
friends
lighter?
had like, it
Is
was
that
one
what
of
he
the
was-
Chappell brothers.
Well, yeah, I think both of them were known to wear it.
But he released like his line of them, and it had like Greg Chappell stitched into the side, I think.
What is that?
Firewood moisture meter.
I wouldn't imagine there's a lot
How
of
does it
moisture
read?
in a fireplace.
I guess you lick it. No, it comes with a 9 volt. So you know.
You
have
don't,
like
don't
a
lick batteries,
chrome
Marty.
or a-
That's not a good idea.
Bonkers. It's a good idea, I guess. Pop it in the fire, it gets markedly less moist once it's in there, I think. Oh, I should get some boots as well. I'm just using this as my shopping trip as well. I want to get a
very
reciprocating
convenient.
It's going to
store
be
as
the
well.
most expensive episode to date, I think. Some watering cans.
I do need new boots. Look at these.
You know what else?
Look at these. Look at the bottom
Oh,
of them.
they've seen things, haven't they?
Yeah. Oh, mercy.
I bought these boots. These are my Rossi boots. I bought these from here about 6 years ago, and I have worn them every day.
Yeah.
They're so
You
good.
don't actually take them off, do you?
I don't ever take them off. They're,
You're
they're part of my
at
feet.
least meant to take them off in the shower. Right?
Uh-oh.
Hey, speaking of water, we need to find a hose.
We do need to find a hose. We're in the
orange. Here we
Yeah,
go.
I've got
The
a-
classy,
I've got a-
the orange bit.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
on the
I got
tap?
a I got a screenshot of the hose.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Perfect.
That bit is so funny.
Righty-tighty.
Just the way. Okay, I'll just put this here, and as a viewer, you're just thinking, oh, bingo.
bingo.
Oh no, no. Oh, sweet bingo.
And look, I love the way the hose is animated. Like it flicks around almost realistically. The girls are up on the upper deck and just going,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's raining. This is great." And the boys, the dads are like, "What are you doing? Turn it off!" But then the hose suddenly becomes a live snake, and as Bingo face plants into the mud, it's just up on its hind, just spraying it right on the bottom.
Possibly the best line. It's like, it's tickling my bottom.
Finally gets
such a
stroked,
good
Finally
delivery.
gets one back.
Yeah,
Straight
exactly.
in the
Because this
face.
whole episode has been like,
Yes. With Bandit copping it.
Bandit losing his beers, Bandit getting bugs on his face, Bandit getting hit by what are they? The seed
It was a
pods
tennis
from
ball.
the Poinciana.
It was a tennis
the
ball
tennis
initially,
ball.
yeah.
It's just, and then Stripe is standing and Bandit comes out and goes, oh, "What is it, Bingo?" And you think, "Oh, Bandit's
gonna
about
cop
to
it
get,"
again.
and then Stripe cops him out, and Bandit just laughs.
Can we talk about the real hero of this episode, though?
Please, let's.
All right. You mentioned, the tennis ball and stuff, which Bingo uses to get the yellow peppers down.
Mm-hmm.
Chili walking through without breaking stride, just going, "Bingo, that's not safe." Takes
oh
the
my
child
gosh.
off, doesn't break stride, and then pulls the seat away. And I was like,
That little
oh,
complication.
super mum
It
move.
was like
Classic
like
parent
watching like a kung fu master just kind of come through and perform these incredible. Oops, sorry. Perform these incredible like feats because she's like, "That's not safe, Bingo." What does she do? It's one smooth.
It's one
movement.
she grabs Bingo off the bench first because it's a long bench.
Yeah.
She's able to take one more step, puts Bingo down, and then just grabs it with the back of her hand and just keeps going.
Moves the little
and
wooden
drags
bench
it
back
out.
to the table setting, but because it's kind of behind her, you don't even see the arm stop, and she doesn't
break stride.
Oh my
It's
God.
amazing.
I was
It's
wondering if she's actually carrying a capsicum salad, but there seems to be like purple in it. Whatever it is.
Oh, what salad are
since
the
we know there
adults
are only
actually
3
making?
types of capsicum, because that's when you
Purple
get to
capsicum.
stop. There's,
Is there a purple capsicum?
No, there's not. It's probably
Nightshade
maybe
capsicum.
it's cabbage. Maybe it's like a coleslaw.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Look at this business.
Look at the hose.
Metal hose fittings, because hose fittings, if you don't put them away, which let's be honest, who puts
Nobody
their
does.
hose away?
Nobody does.
They're gonna just
would
perish
hurt.
in the sun. So
If
the
that-
ones that healers have got that little grey bit that tensions onto the hose before the thing goes on. They always fail. I like these ones with the crimping. Because when do you really need to take those? I mean, I've found good. I'm no hose expert, but I'm happy with mine.
Here it is. I'm just trying to find one with the
Ah,
classic
yeah, with the
nozzle,
orange
Yeah.
as opposed to the hand grippy one.
Here we go.
What's this? Aisle 21, artificial turf. That sounds.
That's been misplaced, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be down aisle 300.
Oh, I reckon we could pull up some stumps for these.
Hey,
Where's the...
stop first.
Stop first!
I mean, if we're in Hammerbarn,
How can we not
So
make
we're-
references
we-
to some
we-
of the
we-
other
we-
stuff?
we've got to give ourselves a little bit of
There
leeway.
you go.
And we have already done that episode, so I think
Yeah, it's allowed. So
it's
put your
allowed.
rolled up newspapers away. We got this.
We should get a Bunnings, if they've got like physical catalogues, we should get one on the way out and record it for a...
Here is the classic rake.
Ah, yes,
beauty.
beautiful.
Do we want the one with the wooden handle?
Do we have a green one? Because
I
it
think
is...
that's the style, but you're right, it's in the blue plastic as opposed to green. This is green plastic, but that looks way fancy.
Yeah,
I reckon you got about the closest one there, Frank.
yeah.
It's that rake that you sit there and go, it'll do the job, but if one of those,
Prongs
one of those
catches,
teeth, snap, it's gone.
You're gone.
And you're up for a new rake.
Like you were mentioning before that, this is, what is it, episode 7?
Yes,
Early in the
very
game.
early.
I think this was the first episode where I realised that the parents had names that weren't just
Yeah.
mum or dad, I internalized
Yeah,
it.
exactly. And
Which
when-
is so cool because that's exactly when you realise that your parents have names. When somebody else comes around,
Yeah.
Right.
you're like, other parents. And like all the parent conversations in the
Yeah.
episode are just like that upper level and we're just hearing snippets of it.
Little
Like
bits and
Bandit
pieces,
talking
yeah,
about the
yeah, yeah.
sheepdog thing.
Yeah, that is so true. I've heard you say that before when we did our collaboration with the two bandits watching Bluey over in
really?
America.
I can't remember-
and
I can't
and
remember
it was,
saying
I mean,
that.
it's like it bears repeating. And the other thing I remember from that episode that Mike was talking about those conversations. Like he really felt like he was there because as you drift through a party, you just hear kind of
Bits and pieces.
washes
Yeah.
of conversations as you go through, and it's recorded. The sound mixing is excellent because it sounds like that.
Yeah.
It's there, but it's not the
Yeah.
feature.
Yep.
And
There's
how
other stuff
you
going on,
do that
absolutely.
is bonkers. It's really well done.
Down here, we've got the wheelbarrow. I like to pretend I'm picking up a wombat. Just putting it in this wheelbarrow.
We haven't done that
we,
episode.
we said we'd grant you a little latitude with the rolled up newspaper.
Okay, all right.
Don't go nuts.
All right, hit me
Oh, we
then.
do have the old blower vax from Keepy Uppy here.
What did I just say?
Wasn't listening.
Available, please contact 154. Amelia, when available, 154.
Thanks, Amelia.
Every time, because
You just have to go silent.
I mean, peek behind the curtain. We did not ask anybody if we could do this. So every time there's an announcement, I'm like, what aisle are we in? Who are they talking about? Is it us? Are we getting
if
kicked
they
out?
say security to R4, we're running.
But I thought if we did get kicked out, it would be a very Beatles Let It Be kind of vibe. And I wouldn't be angry with that.
Oh, can't go down.
Oh, can't go down there.
Oh, but this is where the mops are.
Oh, mops.
We got like a fancy.
We used to work in,
side.
oh, look at this.
oh, Bernie,
Oh,
Sorry, matey.
there you go. That's the one.
Getting distracted.
that is the one.
Okay.
I reckon that's, well, I've got a picture of it.
It's pretty close.
Look at that. That's pretty, it's a
Oh,
blue,
it's pretty good.
They alternate the
sort of
colours,
like a
but-
blue. I reckon if we got that, are these the same? Are these this? It's like lots of little bits.
I don't think the Ludo team wants to get C and D.
Exactly. Exactly.
So they might
so-
have changed it up just
And
a
that's
little
kind
bit.
of something
That's
that you
fair.
could probably say about this show across the board. Like,
we-
all their references leave you thinking, is that what they mean?
Yep.
And it's genius because it's not so explicit that there's not something that you can bring.
There's not going to be a
Yeah.
lawsuit brought,
It's
but it's enough for you go,
and
that
maybe the
reminds
same
me of
could be
something
said
that we
about
had as a
their
kid."
illustrations of mops. We're gonna have to clear all this music too.
Ooh,
This Bunnings have cleared it.
Good call. Oh, Chuck's wipes. We've seen those before.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a wet flannel. Slightly different.
Yeah, well, like,
The Chucks is
I
more
got
a
100
dad
roll.
baby thing.
That would last us a bit. Off-brand Chuck's wipes. Yeah.
Chuck's
What
wipes
else
are
did
the
I
not
have
Chuck's
on my
wipes.
Hammerbarn shopping list for this episode?
Now, I know it's not a floppy hat, but I feel like this might be as close as we get.
Oh, to those
Oh, yeah.
bowls
Yeah,
that
that's a pretty
they've.
good bowl.
I mean, I'd consider that a dog bowl, to be completely honest with you.
I
But,
think
you know,
maybe
it's,
we'll be able
we're
to
talking
find out.
Bluey, so...
Yeah, but yeah. Barbecue utensils, relaxer chair, rake,
Sorry,
sorry.
mate. Sorry,
Hosepipe. Look, that's my shopping list pretty much done. I mean, there's
nice.
so much else that's in this episode that you could probably find at a hardware store formerly known as Bunnings. But because what can't you find here? Laundry baskets. We know the healers need them. We don't know why.
I just know they seem to spend more time with clothes being thrown out of them than clothes actually in them.
I've done me back.
Because I wrecked my back changing your nappies.
Well, we have to also get that new wardrobe for Frank. We were talking
No,
yesterday.
this is for real life. Thing, right?
For real life.
Yesterday,
You
Ali
need
was
a
like,
wardrobe.
"Oh, you guys are going to Hammerbarn tomorrow. You can get a new wardrobe for Frank." And Frank was like, "They don't sell clothes there." And I'm like, "No,
Like
they're
an
like
actual
an actual
wardrobe.
physical wardrobe for for Jack."
For Jack,
isn't it?
yeah. We've got a built-in wardrobe, but it's essentially just an empty shell.
Are these all free?
Yes, they're free. Listeners,
just hit
Marty's
the
very
paint aisle.
excited that we found the paint section. Where them paint chips at?
See, I don't think I've seen the big wall like as
I
we've
don't,
seen in
because
the show.
this is
No,
this
it's
is
here. I
mine
saw it
and
before.
Frank's local hammer barn.
Correct.
So Erin was giving me grief yesterday because she was like, "You've got to go to Windsor Gardens because
That's
Hey.
a bigger and newer one.
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, you got to go to the big one."
That's another 20 minutes down there. Oh, I stand corrected.
Oh well, Martin.
Here we go. So okay, let's do green capsicum.
Yeah.
I reckon would be
Wrong episode. Wrong episode.
no green capsicum.
No, green capsicum.
Oh, great.
capsicum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Would be spice of life. So yellow. Apparently yellow.
I'd agree with that.
347.
Yeah.
What do we reckon? Frank, you can pick a red capsicum.
I'm thinking this one here, the red viper.
Ooh.
See a bit of a deep red to it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Not your
We
fire
can-
truck
yeah.
We can
red.
keep these, can't we?
How expensive? Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, we're gonna have those.
I love these little tags. I am the most
have
popular
everything we
brown. I am the most popular blue. It's like, oh, look at you, big nose yourself.
Most popular brown. That's a bit of a claim. Like you're
Okay.
a brown.
Brennan,
We need a yellow.
capsicum for you.
Look, these look like they're a bit much. These look a little underripe.
You can go further down.
I reckon
You've got
maybe Yellow Mania is standing out to me.
Mania.
I love the names.
So that's our
Look at all
salad.
these.
And these are all the.
Oh, I was hoping you could flip these like a giant.
Yeah,
flip
that's
book.
what
Yeah,
I thought
it
we
looks
were
like you can, like a jukebox. Listeners aren't going to know what I mean, but the paint chips are kind of like in leafs that look like
We've
you
got
can
a-
press a
Diagonally,
button
yeah.
and they flip through and you can choose.
We've
to
got a
put
photo of a
AC/DC
lot of
on.
this stuff, so keep your eye on our socials. We'll put up all the wonderful examples of things we found.
Our trip to. Is
oh,
it
yeah.
raining outside?
It is very much raining
Oh
outside.
my goodness. Well,
We're in
I'm
a
glad
giant
I
tin
parked
shed.
un-
What could go
glad
wrong?
Glad I parked underground. I know a bloke who works in the paint shed. It would be good to see him.
I wonder if there's many tradies around today. Old mate Chippy and chocolate milk. all right, I heard it.
to get one of those big belts.
There's something about the magic of being in a hammer barn that's making us very naughty today. We keep referencing other episodes.
breaking the rules.
We keep breaking that rule that we just really loosely set for ourselves.
like a casual clothes day. Casual clothes, casual attitude. It's like we're outside.
Did your school say that as well? Yeah. I thought that was just a Gleason thing.
clothes, no,
We used to moan every time we heard it and thought, oh, no other school could possibly say something as lame. Not that they've got anything against Gleason, but that is a lame thing to say. And the fact that more than one school said it is really eye-opening to me.
So we're looking we're down the tiles aisle at the moment. I wonder if we can fix some of those tiles.
Fix some of those broken tiles.
Yeah. Just put this here.
Oh, now can we go into the tool shop?
Yeah, absolutely.
Only because I want to get a reciprocating saw. What's the biggest one?
Like legit,
I'm
you're actually gonna buy
a
one?
Nikita boy. Marty, what do you know about brushless motors?
Not a great deal. In fact, nothing.
I know they don't have brushes.
Should I get a brush? Should I get a brush?
As opposed to the usual brush head motors.
Listeners, if you could just take a break from think about Bluey and think about brushless motors, get in touch just to tell Brendan
could you
whether
do a
he should
Google?
whether he should save the money. Yeah. Do a Google for me.
And
No,
just
but that's-
whatever comes up
'cause
first,
these are
just
great.
email that to.
and they will cut through anything. And I want to take one camping as well for because it's completely electric. There's no mess like with chainsaws that you get oil over everything.
That's right.
Whereas this, medium-sized branches that you come across when if they fell branches over the old
Where are you going
four-wheel
camping
drive
again?
track. I was telling Frank, Marty, when you were off finding the paint chips, my sister was giving me grief last night because she's like, are you going to the one down the road? And I said, oh no, we'll just go to a regular one. She goes, it's tiny compared. The one down the road is way more Hammerbarn-y.
Massive.
And I said, yeah, but I don't really know where anything is. It scares me.
It's
this
two
one,
levels.
This one that I go to, the layout is kind of a bit rubbish. The car park is even worse. But it's like when you know it,
Yeah. And
it doesn't matter how bad it is. If you know it, you don't want to relearn something. I can walk in here and go, I need a fixing, and I'll go straight there. It's
Now, which size dowel was it to get on those
Marty
dowels?
has picked up 2 different sizes of dowels that it's taking
like-
back to flat pack
Yeah.
when he obsessed over when they got slightly the wrong size of
Slightly
dowel,
wrong size
and it
dowel.
really, really spoke to him. You felt really seen in that episode, didn't you?
I did.
we all know how Brenny, doesn't like a poorly designed car park.
Yeah,
you can
no,
recall. You've got to think about car parks, don't you?
well, the thing is, ever since I discovered the underground car park, it's been a lot better because it is.
Did you used to
nicer
think it was
down
just
there.
that bit out
No,
the
no,
front?
no. I knew there was one
Right.
underneath, but most of the time I was in my troopy, and I cannot get my troopy under there.
Even
So I've
as I was
taken the
coming
rule-
down today, I was like, oh, height clearance 2.1.
Yeah,
Hope
no,
Brenny
no,
didn't bring the
no
troopy
chance.
today.
No chance. The moment I see, the moment I see 2.3.
It's a maybe.
2.4 is a maybe, but I've got the
Oh,
roof rack.
2.4 is a
and I've got the
maybe. Okay.
gas bottle on the roof
Sure.
rack, so you don't want to risk that.
Oh, damn, that's a nail gun.
The old nail gun.
This just looks like something you'd see out of one of those shoot 'em up games where it's just a really
Yeah,
complicated gun that just goes.
I'm trying to think of who my best in show for this episode would be.
Ooh.
I mean, Bingo's such a good sport. Like, she just wants to be in her relaxer chair.
Sure.
But she does, like, she also, when Bluey suggests that she be in charge of the salads, she's like, well, I was relaxing, but okay. Like, she's kind of,
she goes with it.
She's kind of happy about it.
I'm putting a vote down for Socks because not only is this because this will be her first appearance on the show, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking episodes.
Episode 7,
Episode 7, yeah. This is the first time we're introduced to the cousins. I can't be sure about Muffin, but it's definitely Socks' first appearance. And just, it's that, baby thing of you don't really know what they're saying, but
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
into it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And Muffin has to do the translating.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Muffin's really sweet in this episode. I don't know if they'd figured out, like, maybe they hadn't decided yet what the character would be.
Yeah.
But, she's like, yes, please. Would you like some of this, some of that? Oh, we got to find the salad dressing. We can't go over there. Like,
yeah.
is there some mud? Do they sell mud?
Ask my son. He'll find the mud. Don't worry.
You take it to the cleanest place on earth.
Yeah.
He will find mud.
Oh, here we go.
Find a
Here's
way to
some
get dirty.
belts. Is a big belt?
What?
Yeah, I was
Where
thinking
did
of
I
what
put
kind
my
of.
tape measure?
Well, you keep spying on me. Man, it's just a free for
It's
all.
a free for all.
Your enemy.
It's episode
What,
50.
my
We can
wife?
get,
Well, sometimes.
not usually. What are these hammers? No wonder they call it Hammerbarn. Look at this spectacular. Oh, look at this one.
Yeah.
Space age.
I've come a
it
long
really
way
is.
since hitting things with a thing.
Hitting sticks with another stick.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
feel
thanks,
like-
Frank. Take a photo of this wall. This is.
Yeah.
Look at this
Oh,
one. It's got like a wood grain in the. This
can't be a real
This
wood
is a
grain.
work of art. It's like wrapped with something. Marty's got opinions.
Truth to materials, guys. Let's. I think Willie Morris would have something to say about that.
Maybe it's
That's a deep cut for any
can you guys-
design people out there.
Maybe it's a little bit unfair that every time Marty starts talking about something that I don't recognise, I just assume that he's gone deep, but he has. He's gone deep, folks. What do you think?
Can you just take a photo of me lifting this one above my head and we'll just Photoshop some lightning
Yeah,
into it?
yeah,
Is that appropriate?
Yeah,
I mean,
Frank's
this
found
might be crossing into
a
the
little bit
other
of
show.
a mallet that looks a little bit.
It's like a baby Thor.
Yeah. What's Thor's hammer's name?
Mjolnir.
Yeah. There you go. I knew you'd know. Coping saws. That's what I need to when I'm around you guys. Help coping with you.
Did you come up
Is
with
that
that by
good? Is that going to make the
yourself?
final cut? It's,
Well, you
I
don't
know.
seem to cut much out, Brendan, even when you do say that.
The amount of times I go, maybe this won't make the final edit. Maybe I'll cut this bit out. And it's still there for everyone to hear.
It's still there.
yeah.
Oh, here's my tape measure.
Ah,
There it
there
is.
it is.
You
Found
beauty.
Oh, fat Max.
Oh man, that rain's coming in.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
oh boy.
woohoo. Well, we just go downstairs and draw it. Oh, actually, no, we're going to go to sausage, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it? Oh, of course. As any Australian will tell you, you don't come to a place like this necessarily to buy something. But if you don't buy a sausage on the way out, you're in trouble. So, Brenny, what are you going to do, Mr. Vegetarian here?
Well, as I've said in a previous episode, I am not above some onions in bread, baby. It's so good. And I know it's kind of like...
Are we legally allowed to film the people's reactions when you ask for
I have
sausage
filmed
and,
it
onions in
before
bread?
in secret and sent it to a friend who gives me lots of grief about what I do. But I tell you what, I walk past that smell and I can't not get anything.
Yeah, it's got to be done. I find since we've had our chat with Mary and Kate, I'm just using that phrase a whole lot more often than is probably like advisable.
Actually, me too.
Under copyright laws.
Oh, wow, there's so many more aisles. There used to be a wall there. For the building? Oh, no, wait, there it
because
is.
that goes through to the building
It
supply.
sort of is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Still there.
That goes through where you can pick up the big stuff that's too big for an aisle.
Yeah. I love this aisle down here. All the bolts and
Oh, yeah.
nails and screws and
check it out.
fixings and like, this is why I'm scared to go
Do you
to
want
another...
panhead? Do you want flathead?
Yeah.
Do you want,
You won't be able
yeah.
to find this aisle at another store?
I just know.
What if it was
the
a bigger
rough
aisle at
layout, and
another
I'm certain that it is. I'm certain that other Hammerbarns locally have a greater range, but I'd almost be scared by the range,
By the multitude.
yes.
I feel the way you're building this up. I feel in another 50 episodes, you know where we have to go.
We have to go to the bigger Hammerbarn.
bigger one.
Yep.
I just love the sheet metal, safe tapering, panhead, slotted Phillips drive screws.
It's a screw,
It's like
people.
that-
Let's not
yeah.
oversell it.
And this is the 10G 12mm
Although that
variety.
said, my world did change, Brenny, when we were attempting to install. And I don't know if you were here at the time, but it's what would have been in the old house.
Because we've
actually.
spoken about your toys and your toy display at home before, all the shelving and everything. Is that where you?
Have we? Well, yeah, that's where I'm going with it. But
yeah.
essentially, when we knocked down and rebuilt my house, we went with steel frame.
Yes.
And in version 1.0 of the house, we just be able to drill straight into the stud, no worries. And then I got here, I was like, I've got these leftover screws from when Brendan and I did this in the old house. Let's try that in the new house. This is not working. I was like, Brendan, what do we do here? And he's like, well, it's steel frame, yeah? So you need metal screws, like designed to go into.
Yeah, you
I
need
was
the
like,
self-tapping
I
ones.
was unaware of this at the time.
Yeah. Oh man, and
they're the best.
That photo, I've still got it on my phone of when we were using sort of like an older stud finder.
Yep.
And I'm like, well, I mean, you know, at me if I'm wrong, listeners, but I'm pretty sure that if any wooden stud homes, you're going to get them at space at about 600. And I think 450 for the metal frame ones. I don't know, that's what I heard, 450 or 900. And so I'm looking for these studs to put the things in.
Yeah.
And it was an old one that was kind of finding and kind of not, and I kept missing the stud, and I put one on one side and I put one a couple of inches to the other, or like 2 inches to the
Somehow
other side.
managed to miss.
And somehow managed to miss, and I'm like, that's it. I'm getting a better stud finder. We went and we found a really good one that has like an LED line that comes up and displays where the stud exactly is. And it showed a stud exactly in the middle of these two screws that were like honestly 2 inches apart.
You've missed the stud by like millimeters either side.
It was so funny.
I
I've
think
still
one of
got
them
the
must have
photo.
even kissed it. Like,
It was almost worth it just to have the photo of that chaotic event.
Are we ready for the Jim Henson reference?
oh, please.
We're always ready, Marty.
It's Marley and Marley.
Okay, can I take that and move that to the front? I love
Right,
it.
Marty's here.
I love that in Dickens' A Christmas Carol, like Marley is like one person.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it has to be Statler and Waldorf. Like we're changing the story for it to be two people. I'm like, only Jim Henson has the power to do that.
Yeah, and this also does remind me of my design days being around at Hammerbarn, because like I'd have to make prototype models, and every time I'd come down here I'd be like, oh, do I need this one or do we need this slightly different thing? Oh, it's only like $5. Okay, I'm gonna get both because I don't really have time to drive back again. And they're like,
Yeah.
this model needs to be finished in a day or whatever it is. And then so at home I've got a pile of not quite the right things. So yeah, extension cable.
As someone who works in the IT industry, I love a good cable.
Yeah.
If there's two things in life I struggle to throw out, it's toys and cables.
Cables. Oh boy, the tubs of cables that I've got, labeled loosely.
You never know when
And
you're
you
going to
know-
need
and
like what is that, VGA to the HDMI cable.
Oh, the
Or,
USB-A to USB 3.1. Oh my god.
Oh, boy.
The amount- and honestly, my wife, and rightly so, gives me a fair bit of grief about what have you got 3 boxes of cables for? But then that one occasion comes around once a year,
Yeah.
and she goes, "I really need this really obscure cable," and I'm like, I search my brain, I was like, I know which box
Give me,
that's in.
give me 2 minutes. You come back, prepare it on a silver platter, and just say, "Remember this, please. Remember this."
I'm buying this. I need a new extension
yeah.
lead. It's
Do you want to go down the aisle? Because do you like that one?
I do.
Because there
Oh,
are
do you have others?
there are many more.
Ooh.
I mean,
There
that's
are
probably
many,
good.
many
That's
more.
probably a good price.
$22 for
But,
25 meters.
But there's a whole. I bought a
than
whole
$1 a
bunch
me-
for a gig that I went to
less than
recently.
$1 a meter.
I mean, you can.
It's a bargain.
Oh, here's some flat packs. No,
Thought that was an
they're just
IKEA
cardboard
thing.
boxes. Maybe
Well, the
we
cardboard
can
boxes
create
are
an ancient
packed
civilization with them, or
Easily.
like a futuristic. That's it. Yeah.
Down
Extension
here.
leads. Here we go.
I mean, it's not too far to go back if you prefer that one, Marty.
Well-
we are. Well, I should have foreseen how distracted we would get by all this stuff. But that episode of Bluey, did anybody have like? Look. Marty's flipping a light switch you know you're in a bad way. Frank's filming him. You know you're in a bad way when Brendan's trying to write the shit.
Get us back on track. The rest of us are like, look
But
at
have
the
we missed
stuff.
anything? Have we missed any points that we have
I don't think
to
I
hit?
said my favourite. Frank took socks, so well done for doing that.
Ooh.
I'd probably have to go with Chili then.
Yeah.
Brandon's got some fun moments, you know. He's
And
the,
that,
he's the
Brendan's
comic
got
that
relief.
moment with Chili
Sorry,
and
Bandit.
You said Brendan's got some fun moments.
Well, that's
do.
obviously
That's
not
also
true.
true.
No, no.
Got him, yeah.
Chili, that moment at the end with
Like,
Bingo.
yeah.
When Bingo just like, she knows what she's been through to get this fake salad. So only imagine what the ladies have been through to get this. And that line from Bandit, the out of the way salads, which in and of itself is hilarious. Like
Yes.
credit where credit's due.
Correct.
But Trix and Chili are kind of like used to it.
They didn't,
They're kind of
they
like
didn't-
used
they
to
didn't
it.
pick him up on
They
it.
didn't pick him up,
Yeah.
whereas Bingo is fresh enough to go, hey, hang on, you know, isn't anybody going to mention the salad?
Because they're all like, oh, well done, Uncle Bandit.
Yeah. And then Stripe jumps in with a, yeah, kids, look how good they look. Aren't they? Look at all the... And the salads do look great. And so Bingo does have that little moment, and Chili pulls her in close and goes, thanks, Bingo, you know. That's really sweet. Mum never let me get one of those when I was a kid. The young ladies just
little
walk
baby
past with the
trolleys.
little mini trolley. I'm so jealous.
They're great
I'm
for Jack.
38 years old and
'Cause
I'm so jealous.
They come with a little handle at the top. So
Yeah.
as the parent, if the kid, you can just
Yeah,
steer,
and
go,
it's got
whoa.
does it have a brake on the handle? I think, or is it you just grab it?
It's just a handle.
We think they're cute, but they're training people.
Yeah,
Training little
okay.
kids on how to consume stuff.
Ah, right, that's a
what we're
point.
doing. Frank is looking
Not
very
everything,
dismissive.
not everything's a big conglomerate trying to take over the world there, Marty.
But
He
we
says
are,
inside
we are,
a massive shed of products.
Hang on, just let me talk to my Apple phone here on my Apple Watch and ask Siri for directions. Like,
and stick my head in the sand.
Frank, you want to buy that product.
and see, I love a good power board.
Oh,
It's got a switch in it. They come with USB ports on them.
They do now, and it's so
I
nice.
bought
So good.
a couple of these for a gig because they're
There's
all
one with a
surge,
USB-C.
they're all surge protected, and you when you're plugging in like tens of thousands of dollars of music gear.
Oh wow!
USB-C
USB-C.
now.
Oh my god!
Brilliant.
Welcome to the plugs and cords podcast.
I think the most commonly returned to joke of ours is that it's a podcast
It's
about
about
other
something
things.
else.
we need
Bless.
a super cut of all the times
Yeah.
we've called our show different shows.
Oh
See,
man,
look, here's a little one. Here's a travel one with a USB connector. The USB-C. one.
there's a USB A and C in that one. That's great. That's
Look,
what
probably
you
the
want.
one thing I would say, this being going back to the actual reason we're here to discuss things.
That episode of Bluey,
No,
that show that we
Bluey,
like.
That's right. Compared to some of the really deep and meaningful and sort of like, oh my god, those themes that resonate with adults, this one probably isn't so much, and which
Yeah,
is fair
it's
enough when you consider that we're 7 episodes into the show. They haven't gone with the parents going, oh wow, there's a theme that went straight over the kid's head. It's a funny story about respect the salad, essentially.
Yeah, it's got that, but then it's got the, oh no, it's tickling my bottom.
Yep.
It's got that bit.
It's got the physical comedy,
and,
for sure.
And it's chaotic. It's just like, would it be the first of those real, I don't know, I don't have a picture in my brain what episodes come before that, but it's like almost like a takeaway kind of, like escalating, chaotic. There's so much fun and funniness in
all
this
the physical
episode.
comedy,
And the
all the
music.
animation comedy, things
Dude,
flying
dude,
around.
I didn't look
like
up-
the Ponciana stuff all falling down, like
And anything, what is it about the kids saying a really specific reference, like just like, oh, the Poinciana, like that's when like they learn a word that sounds like an adult word. They will like for real life. Kids will repeat it. And so to hear,
they've been told at some point.
They've been told it, and
tree,
they're such sponges that's such a fun thing about kids. They're sponges for like particular nuggets of information. For them to say, oh yeah, the Poinciana.
And it's such a Bluey thing to do that in the show. To not like, oh, the tree that we have in the backyard. Because other kids might not know what a Poinciana is. They just learned, guys.
See, it's days like today I wish I drank coffee. I think a warm coffee would be really nice right now.
Oh boy.
I just don't like the taste.
It's called hot chocolate, Frank.
That makes you go to sleep though, the hot chocolate. I always used to get in trouble with the boys because after band practice, we'd like, the only place that was open for like a drink afterwards on a Wednesday night was like the gaming bar at the Blue Gums. And so we'd go into the gaming bar, we'd sit there and we'd have a few drinks. And I was like, didn't really feel like a beer, and I wanted to hang out and play Keno with the lads. But I didn't have, I was falling asleep.
Sure.
And Jordan said something to me that changed my life. He goes, well, just go into the pokies room, which I'm, don't usually go into because I'm morally opposed. But he goes, go into the pokies room and have a coffee. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, there's free tea and coffee in every pokies room in the country to keep people there. And I said, oh my God. And so I went in and I was like, oh, I can have any coffee I want. And they had a chocolate milk, and I made myself one of those. And I came back, and Jordan sent me in here specifically to wake me up because I was being a drag.
Got a nice sleepy hot coffee.
He goes, did you get a coffee? I went, no, I got a choco milk. And I just sat there drinking because
Jordy's like,
because the button said choco milk. I'm like, okay, I'll have one of those. And I'm drinking it. And Jordan's like, you idiot. That's the reason. Anyway, the moral of the story is, I'm a Wally.
Should we actually walk out and purchase something?
Yeah, I'm going to get some boots.
Otherwise they might just go,
I'm going to get some boots and maybe a reciprocating saw.
I don't think they're looking that carefully.
Well, it is, for some context, listeners, it is early on a Sunday morning here. So there's not a lot of people around.
We're doing some browsing. We're doing some window shopping.
Boots are back here, Brendan.
Hey, putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz.
You do actually need some new boots though, Brendan.
Boots.
Yeah, boots. All right, now, I want Rossies.
Do they have them?
Oh, do they not? Did they?
What?
Do they not have the Rossies anymore?
Oh.
But I mean, I don't mind the idea of getting something else, but
Yes, you do mind. That's the thing.
Yeah, nah, I'll get them somewhere else.
All right, extension cord for Frank it is.
Yeah, I'm going to get, actually that's the next one over. I'm going to
I
get,
tell you what, all the photos of all this stuff, I feel like we're doing a bit of a Bluey's Brisbane thing, where they like, compare the blue object in the Bluey world to real life. That's what we've done, just at our local Hammerbarn.
Just
yeah.
within walking distance of.
And it makes, the added bonus of this episode is it makes people think that we are actually blokey blokes who like to get on the tools.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Except I'm more into. Oh look,
except
a
the side
DC
effects.
power
Cables.
for cables. Yeah. Boys.
What?
Yeah, mate.
What do you got? Fairy lights.
Fairy
And another
lights.
one that's just the same. I think. Can I have a picture with it?
Yeah, they're just the same, guys. Surely they got garden gnomes here as well.
We have to find the garden gnome.
Brenny,
Hello.
garden gnomes.
Oh, they would be in the garden section. They would be in
they
the,
would be, yeah.
We'll go have a look.
Let me finally pick one of
I
these.
don't need to get a reciprocating sword today. I just really wanted to. Maybe I will. That is funny.
All right, got one to plug the car in.
Okay, we're gonna go find the garden gnomes.
Yes, garden gnomes.
Yes. Being all alone without a friend, I feel like dying. Oh, didn't I see you crying?
Oh man, that takes me right back to the end of 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yes, 100%. That's exactly what I was about to say.
If there's anybody alive today who doesn't think of the end of 10 Things I Hate About You when they hear
They're too young.
Cheap Tricks, I want you to want me.
Oh, here we are. Here we are.
I feel like this is less of a thwack with a rolled up newspaper because
They're in
they're in
every
every
single
episode. So they're got garden gnomes.
Go away.
That's not a very healer attitude.
Here we go. Would that be a hecuba? He's got some
Yeah.
hecuba.
Poor
I'm going to do some yard work.
Why doesn't my husband have
Just
a...
don't knock none off. Jeremy, no!
I thought it was Gerald. Gerald, no.
Gerald.
I'm talking about a different episode.
Oh,
Isn't it in Backpackers when they're in the garden shed and one of them falls over?
Yeah.
Jeremy, no!
no. Okay.
One of my favourite lines of the entire series, Jeremy, no. So, 50th episode.
Yeah.
I'm still having a lot of fun.
Oh, mate.
So good.
Normally, when it comes to shopping, I'm an in and out kind of guy. Like,
Yeah.
I know what I want. I'm getting it. I'm getting out. We've been
See,
here
what
for
was
over an
missing
hour
was
now.
your friends.
That's the missing ingredient, isn't it?
But
Friends and Bluey.
should we take one final chance to think? Is there stuff that we've forgotten to talk about this episode? Because it's such a good episode.
Yeah.
And even though we are, justifiably getting distracted by all the amazing stuff they've got at Hammerbarn, are there things that we haven't spoken about that we should?
I don't know. I just like the fact that you have to make more mud. You have to
Yes.
produce more mud.
Yeah, that is
Like
funny.
you've run
The
out
way
of
it bubbles
mud.
up when she sticks
I
the
gotta
hose in the ground.
That's the snaky of that hose. The animation there is just so good. Oh, and the music. That's what I was going to say before that I forgot. That whole flute. I didn't look up who the flautist was, who does all that incredible
Yeah.
flute through the whole thing. But it's so exciting and so amazing. All right, I'm going to get the brushless one, I reckon.
Very good.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go. Now we have to get the guy to unlock the cabinet. And we just stand around awkwardly. Hey, the beauty of this and recording the way we're doing is that we can say stuff that Brendan doesn't know until he
that's
listens
right.
back to us for the editing.
Brendan smells.
Hey, good, thanks. I was having a look. I was thinking of getting one of the brushless
Here's the-
reciprocating
Oh,
saws, the
look,
Makita one.
smelly man.
That fella all the down on the high lift. Yeah, no worries. Got to speak to the fella on the high lift.
Brendan.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi guys. This is funny because later I'm going to hear all the stuff that you say when I was off.
We
doing
may or
stuff.
may not have just
The
been
first
talking
time
about that. Watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. Jesus. It's just a guy on like a little mini, like, I was going to say forklift, but not a forklift. It's a...
Howdy, mate. How you doing?
That's the one.
Sorry, I always
And Brendan's
hate
just looking at
asking
us
people
while
questions
walking
when they're
towards this thing
halfway
that
up
has
the
a big
shelf.
flashing red orange light going,
I'm after
do
the
not enter.
Makita, probably the
Which way
brushless
you going,
reciprocating saw.
See, I'd love me a pressure washer. Clean the front of the clean the front of the house. Done. I'll tell you what, that's not a bad price. I wasn't expecting this episode to cost me $200, but
Oh, sorry, mate.
You can think about it, Frank. You can.
I'd save up for the 200.
Thank you very much, buddy.
When are we starting that?
Where are the lads gone?
That Patreon for.
I'm just gonna find my
Patreon for
friends.
Frank's pressure washer.
Where have they gone?
Where are you going?
Hello.
bro? You get one?
It's at the desk for me.
oh, right.
Sweet. Alrighty.
Yep.
Let's
All
do it.
right. Should we do the most important thing that we came here to do?
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
a sausage, mate. Absolutely. That's the real. That's the real
Winton's
hero
dad
of this
just walks
episode.
past with 2 sausages in it. That's the real hero of this episode.
Yeah, there you go. You got it.
It took me
a second.
Took me a hot minute.
You get out. We'll go through the other
you can go
checkout.
through that one, yeah. Okay. And we'll cut between our experiences. Morning there.
self-service
Those two,
checkout.
and it
Here we
was
go.
that one there. Yep.
Easy.
Thank you so much.
Card only, that's fine.
Technology.
Self-checkout. Absolutely. Where's the thing? There's the barcode.
There's the barcode.
Also from another
Oh, can I-
episode, we may
can I
recall.
use your
As he's
details?
buying
You know the doo-doo?
technology.
Can I try your dooter?
Don't make me pay for it a second time, please.
Like that, no.
Now, do you also want a digital receipt or just
The
a paper?
paper one's fine. Yeah.
Use the paper.
I shan't. I keep them in the old
pay for
boxes.
things.
Yeah. Of course.
Thanks, Mrs. Hamish.
All yours.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Have a good one. You too.
Where am I going? Yeah, just
Thank
waiting
you.
for our mate.
Hey there. Did you need to see that receipt? That's this one here. Yeah, thank you very much.
I got to try out the Duta, Brendan.
You got? Oh, did you? Yeah. Oh, because you went to the self-service. You go, oh, why didn't I go to the self-service? I had somebody else dooted my things. Oh, the unmistakable sounds of the retail sector and the unmistakable smells of sawdust and Sunday sausage sizzle can only mean one thing. Here we are.
Oh yes, here we go.
The peak of the experience.
I am just realising I did not bring cash because
Now,
who
how are
brings
we
cash
going?
anymore?
I've got cash.
You got cash. Looks
Do
like
they-
Marty's maybe shouting us all.
I can shout you.
I love the way you
King
sort of
of
half finish
Harvard.
that word. He may be shouting us all.
You didn't happen to spend any money having to get here from Sydney, did you, Martin?
10 to go.
10 to go. Oh, it's tempting, I'll tell you what.
All right.
One each.
Well, I am, confusingly enough, a vegetarian. Do you guys do just like an onion in bread thing? Yeah, oh, that'd be lovely.
Yep. And 2 sausages.
Just 2 regular sausages would be great.
2 onions.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, onions on those, thank you. Oh, they do have a little card.
I love the little zigzag
Yeah, that's a
zigzag
sausage holder
nice
that you
order.
put.
Yeah,
It's-
how much is it?
It's one of those ingenious things. Remember that old El Paso ad where they couldn't decide whether they wanted soft or hard tacos, and the soft tacos wouldn't stand up, and they had to put them in. See, they should have just got one of those.
Yeah, that's right.
And sorry, I was paying for everyone. That's why I was a little bit confused.
Oh, sorry, we didn't say that.
Distracted her.
Yeah,
That's all right, because apparently these guys don't
because
earn money.
he's so humble. He didn't communicate how much of a good bloke he actually is, so it was hard for you to know that.
There we go. One for you, Brenny.
Oh, thank you
There's
so
onions.
much. Slap a bit of the. Tell you what, you got to take a photo of. These sauce bottles, these master food sauce bottles, are the ones the healers have.
They are, aren't they?
They certainly are.
Sauce and mustard.
Oh, yes, please.
I will have some sauce.
Oh, thank you very much. We'll warm the cockles on a cold day.
We're here till 4.
Here till 4. Okay, thank you very much.
Might come back for dinner.
Oh well, my lads.
Here we go.
I can't believe I've got some. Well, I was going to say some sausage sizzle,
Sausages?
but I don't. I've
You
got some
don't,
onion
you
in
don't.
bread. No animals were harmed in the making of this sausage sizzle.
So for the one I'm eating. Sorry.
I know it's pretty bad form to talk with your mouth full on an audio format, but it's got to be done.
I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting.
Well, if these were like, cans of drink or beers or whatever, I'd say let's clink our sausages together.
Yeah.
But that sounds,
Yeah, really
sounds
soft.
strange.
That was the sound of bread lightly
Bread on
butting
bread.
together in celebration. Thank you so much, listeners, for joining us.
After we
joining us
finished
for-
our sausages, we're going to have back to aisle 300?
Yeah.
Well, let's get the fake glass. I heard from Ringo. Oh, Jesus, tastes good. You've gone too far.
Oh, amazing.
Created and produced by Frank, Brendan and Marty. You can follow the Hammerbarn Project on facebook.com/HammerbarnProj, at HammerbarnProj on Twitter, or Hammerbarn_project on Instagram. Theme featuring Nibblings, Kaylee, Jade, Ashley and Reese, and PA announcements by brother-in-law, me, Josh. Thanks for listening, and remember to get down to Hammerbarn for cheap shovels.
Oh, that hit the spot. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of the day. Now that's a barbecue.